Hello, it's Atomicon Rex. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to do a deep dive in today. Those who have followed my channel know we talk about aliens, ghosts, robots, and creatures in movies. And so I'm going to review what's that movie? The Evil Dead Rise Friday. Okay, and I should have your review posted the following Wednesday. But I don't want to change gears, so we're gonna deep dive into ghosts in movies. So let me get my notes here. So deep dive into ghosts in movies. So there's gonna be three general frameworks that we're gonna be working with. Three different TV tropes, if you will, that we're gonna be talking about that kind of define what we mean by ghost and this deep dive. So, basically, there are three different types of ghosts. All right, you have the gods, and they reveal, like they'll tell you a secret, or they'll give you like a vision, and they're usually immortal human-looking beings. Emphasis on immortal, like they're really not gods if they're not immortal. Okay, and the second trope that we're going to be working with are ghosts. Now, ghosts haunt, and they are dead human beings. That's what a ghost is. And their primary purpose is that they haunt. They give you that eerie feeling around a cemetery or broken down warehouse and stuff like that. That's the ghost that does that. That's the ghost that dwells in space, more or less like a genie in a lamp. That's basically what ghosts do. Now, demons are non-human intelligence. They are also immortal, but they primarily possess objects or people. So they're more like the jinn. Like they're going to be inside of a statue or an idol or a jar, and they. I don't know how I say it. They aggravate people and environments. So that's kind of what demons do. Okay, so the deep dive today is going to be Freddy Krueger. We're going to talk about Freddy Krueger. I'll just give you a basic rundown of what type of ghost this person is. So he's from the movie Nightmare on Elm Street. And the reason why I'm starting to do these deep dives is because I found correlating evidence between actually all ghost stories, like Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Child's Play, all of these they all have different ghost themes. And so I kind of want to roll that out. So anyways, back to the topic. So his name is Freddy Krueger. He's a child killer. I believe it's placed in Springwood, Ohio in the mid-'80s. This was one of the first horror movies I saw by myself. I think I turned it off, actually. I was a little kid when I first saw it. It was especially the first Nightmare on Elm Street was really haunting. So basically what happens is that he's like a child molester, child killer / both of them. And he gets arrested, right? Well, he beats the case on a technicality, right? I don't know if the cops didn't read him his Miranda rights or whatever, but he beats the case, okay? So he's let go and he's free. Well, the townspeople get together like a crazy mob that they do, and they chase him down into this warehouse and they burn him alive and kill him, right? And so they get away with this, okay? Like nobody's brought to justice. So he dies and he goes into the nether realms, basically. And since he's like a horrible human person that's been killing all of these kids and everything, these three demons show up. These serpent-like trio of demonic skull-looking demons show up, and they offer him a deal. They say that if they merge with him, he'll be able to conquer the universe and blah 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 blah. Basically, what all demons say. And I kind of figured this was in like Freddy's Dead or something like that. I don't know if I really bought into this whole one, because to me, even when I first saw it when I was a teenager, it felt shoehorned in, and it didn't feel authentic to the Freddy Krueger mythos. But that being said, so he makes a pact with these demons, okay, and by doing that, his ghost goes through a transmorphication. Like his ghost transforms and becomes like this nightmare god. So he's no longer a ghost that would just haunt Elm Street and make, you know, the house look creepy and make lights turn on and everything. No, he merged with the demonic entity. His ghost merged with the demonic entity, and now he turned into a completely different entity, and now he's a nightmare god. So him being a nightmare god, this is what his abilities turn into. He's basically a dream weaver. He could turn all dreams into nightmares. He is a god of dreams. He's just, you know, evil, negative. And so his whole motivation is seeking revenge on the people that killed him and got away with it, because, you know, now he can seek revenge on them because they murdered him and got away with it, which is moral and there's no justice and blah 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 blah. His spirit is slighted, so it's able to come back and attack these people. Well, he doesn't attack them. He attacks their kids because, you know, he's a child killer in the first place, and that's kind of what the whole Nightmare on Elm Street revolves around. So the Nightmare on Elm Street is the area that he haunts. That's like his original haunting place. I would argue, and what they should have did, okay, is kept it. They didn't have to keep it in Ohio. They could have just kept it, like worked it into the mythos that it has to be on an Elm Street. I always thought that was the case, that it always had to be on an Elm Street. And there's Elm Streets in different towns. You know what I mean. You know what I'm going with that. Okay, so anyways, he's a dream weaver, so he's an absolute beast in the dream world. Okay, but if you're able to take him out of the dream world, he's vulnerable. He's just a regular human being, and you can kill him. And that's really the only way you can kill him, is by taking him out of his element, taking him out of the dream world. His signature weapon is this glove with knives. Now, it's not like he used that in the real world to harm and kill the children. That's just something he fabricated when he became a ghost. When he became this nightmare god, he used that as a weapon. Here's another thing that was pretty interesting. So the summoning of Freddy Krueger happens in a dream. So basically what happens, it's like a trap. Okay, so if you're dreaming and you come across a dream that there are 3 little girls jumping rope and they're singing a song, 1, 2, buckle my shoe, that type of rhyme, that's a trap. Okay, that means Freddy has entered your dream. Okay, and like he sent those little girls there. So you're already in part of the nightmare. Those little girls are basically his Silver Surfer, his herald, right? So once you see them, the next dream, okay, the nightmares are coming. The nightmares are definitely coming. Another pretty thing I thought it was the necroplasm, the green blood that he has. He always has green blood, and when I was doing my research, they called it necroplasm, kind of like Spawn, and what was that other demonic possessed girl, and I can't think of it. Exorcist. Maybe it was just vomit, green vomit, but you know, I remember something green about her. I think it was a green hue or something like that. Well, anyways, so like the lime green area effect has more to do with the supernatural than glowing red eyes. That's basically where I'm coming with that. So how Freddy spreads is through the hitchhiker effect. So if one kid has a dream about Freddy Krueger and another kid tells the kid about the dream, Freddy Krueger is able to transfer his nightmare into that other kid. Okay? And so that's how it happens. And I think there's another effect. Like, I think there's, maybe like he first sends the girls that are jump roping to all their dreams, okay? And it really only activates when two of the kids talk about what they've seen in the dream, okay? And when that does it, he's like able to anchor into their nightmare, into their dream world. I'm not sure, but that's kind of where I'm leaning with that. Okay, so what else do I know about this ghost? Okay, so when Freddy Krueger drags you into the dream world, it's usually always a decaying version of the real world. Why that is the case is because of the way he was murdered. He was burnt alive. So when you enter his realm, or when he enters your dream world, it takes on the appearance of a boiling room and like burnt. Your environment is going to take on the appearance of a charred world. Basically, that's basically what it came down to. And so that's it. I just want to do a little deep dive into A Nightmare on Elm Street. I wanted to definitely define what type of ghost Freddy Krueger is, because I think he's a different type of ghost than, let's say, Charles Lee Ray in the Child's Play movie, or Jason Voorhees. These are ghosts. I would argue, maybe, when I do Jason Voorhees, whether Jason Voorhees is a ghost or a zombie. I think that's one of the points I'm going to make. So that's kind of where I'm going with these deep dives, trying to define what these characters are. Maybe we can make a video game and get all the movie monsters together and fight like some Mortal Kombat style game. I would love that. So let me know what you guys think. Talk to you later. Tom Carmax out.